my Cheekadies, and welcome to today's diary entry. Today we're going to be talking about my top 5 eyeshadow palettes. Yes, this was, between this one and my top blushes, I had the hardest time narrowing it down, but I eventually did. It did take me some time, but I am so excited to talk to you guys about my top 5 eyeshadow palettes. And once again, I'm doing this in collaboration with Mel's Makeup 88, aka Melissa. So head on over to my description box and be sure to check out her video and her top 5 eyeshadow palettes. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So my very first eyeshadow palette I want to mention is the Smashbox Full Exposed Eyeshadow Palette. This little guy I took with me when I went to Puerto Rico. I was in a rush. I had some family emergency to attend to, so I didn't have enough time to pack. So I took this guy with me as my one and only eyeshadow palette so that I could do my makeup. And honestly, it did me no wrong. I actually left my brow powders at home. I was in such a hurry that I forgot them. So I decided to use the colors in these matte row down here to fill in my brows. And I was so impressed with how this worked. It worked fantastic. It was so multifunctional. And did I mention how big this is? It is so tiny, but I love how you have a row of shimmers, but you also have a row of mattes. And the color selection is pretty steady. I felt like they could have added a little more color, but that's quite all right. I really like what they did with this. They actually just came out with the second one that has a lot more colors in it, so I can definitely see why they did that, because I was kind of wanting a little more color selection. It feels almost as if they're all mostly browns, more yields towards browns, but that's quite all right because that's right up my alley. I absolutely love using those. So I really like this palette. I think they did a fantastic job. How small it is. I love how tiny it is. It's so travel friendly, small. You get awesome eyeshadows. The formula in these I really like. So yeah, I really like this guy. The next one I want to talk about is the e.l.f. Prism eyeshadow in Naked. And this is what it looks like right here. And then when you open it up, you get these fabulous, beautiful eyeshadows. Oh my gosh. So these are all shimmery eyeshadows. However, don't knock it out till you try it. I promise you, this palette is amazing. This as a highlight, inner corner and on your brow bone, stunning. This bronzy color right here is so beautiful. The pigmentation in these shadows are amazing. I couldn't believe that this palette is, I mean, it is $10, and for e.l.f. you might be thinking that it's expensive, but I promise you it's worth every single penny. I got this guy when they were doing their 50% off online, so I paid $5 for it, and I am so excited that I did. Everybody on YouTube that had been talking about it, I was kind of skeptical about it, but they were so right. It brings a mirror. How awesome is that? How many drugstore palettes bring a mirror? Not too many, and this is such a great bang for your bucks. The next one I wanted to talk about is not really a palette that you just buy. You kind of have to put together, but I had to include it in here because I really like these eyeshadows. So this is the Makeup Geek small eyeshadow palette I put together, and these are the eyeshadows that I went with. The pigmentation, the formula of these shadows are out of this world. Honestly, I cannot believe how creamy, buttery, pigmented. They're so awesome. And I think they're only $6.99, so they're a lot cheaper than the MAC ones, and I promise you, they're even better. I'm willing to even say that. I can't believe that I'm about to say that, but I just did, I think. I think I just did. Yep. This one right here is Creme Brulee, and it's almost an exact dupe for MAC Soft Brown, which is such an awesome crease / transition color. I really like it. This shimmer right here is perfection for your inner corner slash your brow bone. I really love what Marlena did with these eyeshadows. I couldn't believe it. I'm so glad that I did this, that I got my hands on these eyeshadows. You should definitely give them a try. The next palette I wanted to bring up is the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar. Oh my gosh. Can we talk about the smell? Oh, first of all, can we talk about this packaging? It looks like a chocolate bar. It's tin, and then you open it up and oh my god. Hold on, I think I'm gonna need a minute. Back to reality. So these eyeshadows though, oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna hold it like that. These eyeshadows are so amazing. When I went on vacation recently, I forgot my highlighter, but I had brought this palette with me. So what I did is I used the Butter Pecan. Is that how you say it? Butter Pecan or Butter Pecan? You guys tell me how you say it. So I use this as my highlighter, and then you guys look at this. Oh my goodness. Seriously? It is so beautiful as a highlighter. I couldn't believe that I was using my eyeshadow palette, eyeshadow as my highlighter. I couldn't believe it, and it looks so awesome. I was very impressed. The reason that I got this palette was literally because of this peanut butter eyeshadow right here that you see. I thought it was such a pretty color, and Blueberry Swirl. I love these two eyeshadows. Those two were the ones that sold me out because I already had the original chocolate bar eyeshadow palette, but I am so glad that I did. The range in these, I believe you get, I think it's 50-50. You get mattes, but you also get shimmery shimmery eyeshadows. I can't speak today, I'm sorry. But I like how you get a matte highlighter, but you also get a shimmery highlighter. I love that to use on your brow bone. I love how this time they actually put the names on the actual palette as opposed to the original one, which you have to actually keep that clear cover that comes with it so that you know the name of the eyeshadows. So I think they did a fantastic job with this, and the formulation is awesome. I really like it. My next one is the Lorac Pro palette. This is the original guy. This one, honestly, such a great beginner eyeshadow palette. You can do so much with this. I was actually going back and forth between the Urban Decay Naked original and this one definitely won. I love how you get a row of 10 matte eyeshadows and then you get 10 shimmer eyeshadows. They did such a fantastic job with the formula. They're so buttery and creamy. The only thing is that you have to have a light hand because these eyeshadows are so loose that just by putting your brush on it, it's like they come out, but I promise you it's totally worth it. If you're willing to stick it through, it's so worth it. This is such a great palette. My favorite is Taupe right here and Mauve. These two eyeshadows, this one is Taupe and this one's Mauve. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love them. I feel like I don't have anything else like, especially Mauve, this one right here. I really like what they did with this palette. They did such a fantastic job, and I'm glad that they came out, which is probably the reason why they came out with number 2. This eyeshadow palette was well put together, and I really like Lorac. I really like Lorac eyeshadows and the formula. Okay, my Cheekadies, so that is all for today's diary entry. Once again, be sure to check my description box to go watch Melissa's top 5 eyeshadow palettes, and I'll catch you on my next diary entry. And until next time, un besote. Mwah.